Michael McDermott knows a thing or two, or three, about the BMW Philadelphia Amateur Championship. He won titles in 2008, 2013, and 2016, the middle of which occurred here at Aronimink Golf Club. Lately, McDermott has gained notoriety as the marker in the Masters. The five-time William Hyman III Player of the Year tees it up in this year's Amateur here at Aronimink Golf Club, site of the 2026 PGA Championship. Will his past amateur glory lead to another amateur story? Let's welcome in Michael McDermott.
1, 2, 3.
All right, number 16, a par 5 measuring 556 yards. Michael, a couple cross bunkers out there. They in play?
They can be, Marty, depending on where the tee box is. It's a very long tee box and the wind today is into us. So today it could be a day where they could be in play. I think a good play is right center of those bunkers, because what's deceiving is that the left rough really comes in more than you think, and your eye's gonna wanna pull you to the left to try to get closer to the green.
Second shot looks straightforward, but you're telling me it's not.
No, I think, Marty, that a lot of par 5s, you hit a good tee shot, and if you can get it up next to the green, very traditional round greens, you know, you feel like you can get it up and down. So the front right, very narrow, very tough. Back left, where the pin is today, very narrow, very tough. So just getting it up around the green does not guarantee you a 4. So my goal would be to get it as close to the green for that, maybe even that left bunker. And today we're into the wind and it's a little colder, so I may not reach anyway.
All right, Michael, two quality shots, came up just a tad short, about 20, 25 yards. But just like you were saying, this is now a pretty difficult chip on a par 5.
Anything can happen, because even if I went to that, if I was in position to win the hole, I could get too cute and end up in this bunker, and my opponent, who's maybe making a par and only a par, could end up winning the hole.
Successfully navigated the bunkers. We're on the green.
It's just very subtle. It's a tough green to make putts. It's a par 5. You think you're going to make a birdie, but every part of it is tough to make a birdie.
All right, Michael, par. Good par.
Thank you.
Number 17, if we make par here, I think we're doing something. 229 here from the back tee. Stunning view, difficult hold.
Yeah, it's really tough. I'm really liking the look from the members' tees right there at this moment, but we'll try it from here. If you come into this hole 1 up and make a par, there's a good chance the match ends. And if you're 1 down and make a par, there's a good chance you're even. So par is going to be a really good score here. 17, you know, has all these little quadrants in the green. So what happens is you have these mounds and it creates all this slope off of it. So there's one right here. It's going to push this. And again, if the pin's over there, you're dealing with a whole other mound. So this green's really cool.
Standing on the 18th tee, par 4, 463, one of the better finishers in Gap. Great vista, clubhouse in the background, although the first thing that catches my eye here on the tee box are those bunkers.
Those bunkers, especially today, right, it's 50 some degrees and windy into us, they're absolutely in play. And I think for most players, even that week, even if it's firm and faster, it'll be in play. So this is going to require a really good tee shot. You have to avoid the bunkers. You know, those are really one of those typical bunkers that if you're in there, it's going to be very difficult to reach the green. They have a higher lip. But you really want to try to keep it up the left, and I would say that left rough is not a bad spot here. You know, it's one of those holes you have to avoid trying to be right.
We got 180, got a good lie.
Yeah.
180 yards. What's your play here?
Yeah, the pin today is very much on the back right. So, I mean, this is one of those greens. Again, it depends on match play, but, you know, middle from 180, a middle of the green type shot's always going to be fine for me.
We got another huge green with a lot of movement. What are you looking at for this putt?
Yeah, this putt's probably more simple than what we've had the last few holes. I mean, it's still going to have some break to it, but you can see a lot of the mounding and a lot of the sloping is in other parts, so this is a little flatter. Definitely longer than the last 2 putts, but actually a bit easier of a putt. The other 2 had a lot of break on them. 16's, as I said, a really interesting, you can make a birdie, but you can hit really good shots and not make a birdie because of the positioning around the green. 17's a beast, right? If they play it back there, you just got to make a 3 and hope to move on. And 18, that tee shot in prior years, you know, long hitters would be able to take it over those bunkers, and that's not going to be the case this year. So really good teeth coming in.
All right, Michael, we've completed the final 3. Thanks for taking the time to do so here with Gap, and we look forward to seeing you at the championship.
My pleasure, Marty. Thanks. Always fun with you guys.